Well, good afternoon. I'm Alex. This is Josh. We are the target audience. Content is made for absolutely everybody, but we think it's specifically made for us and hopefully for you as well. Today is episode 23, LeBron James. Not episode 6, episode 23. That's his number, I've decided. Ohio, represent. The Omega Glory, Star Trek. Episode 22, quick recap. Interesting, fun, weird. Yeah, not much to say. I think we covered that one pretty long, if I remember.
Yeah, by any other name, it was an episode I definitely enjoyed. When we talked about it, we had said that there was something about the first half versus the second half, and we thought it was the pacing. One thing that the audience pointed out that made me think a little bit differently about it was the tone was a big shift as well. In the first half, it was this really serious, dire situation, killing a female crew member, all these things, and then in the second half, turning into almost a comedy episode. So there was a tonal shift that I guess we did pick up on that, obviously, but that could definitely have played a part in why it felt a little bit disjointed too, although we did overall really enjoy it.
That does make sense, yeah, because we try to put our fingers on it, like what happened, what felt so different, and you're right, like a pure murder in the first half, and then just like, Scotty and the other dude drinking, it's, yeah, great point by the audience, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
They are the target audience along with us, so we need your opinions as well to help formulate this, because we're not experts, we're just two dudes who love this shit, and we want them to be a part of this as much as we are a part of watching this. That's why we're doing this.
If it's your first time here, we have watched every episode of Star Trek, the original series, previous to this in air date order, already here on the channel. It's our first time watching anything Star Trek. We've never seen the original series or anything like that previous to doing this this past year. So we have watched, I think at this point, like 51, 52 episodes, something like that. And we're going to be finishing up season 2 here and then jumping into season 3. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, become part of the target audience.
Is that Sulu I see?
Ah! It is.
Object ahead. Another vessel in planet orbit, Captain. Lieutenant, sound alert.
Yes, sir.
I gotta say, the biggest detriment to this season and Sulu working a different show is Sulu and Chekhov not being best friends. What a missed opportunity.
Lieutenant, I have Mr. Spock, Dr. McCoy, and Lieutenant Galway report to the transporter room. We'll board and investigate.
I wonder what color shirt the last name wears. Oh, look at that, it's red.
Will he die immediately? Is that why he's going down? So is this like another Enterprise ship?
Sure looks like it.
Captain.
Silence. Oh, jeez. So a whole Federation ship of people who got crystallized?
It's amazing how quick we get to the intro, and sometimes it feels like it takes forever.
Yeah. Like that one was really quick.
Ooh, yeah. It's so weird seeing two Enterprises there. Oh, Vincent McKeevedy, which I still believe is Joseph Peasney in disguise.
A lot of these shots don't look very remastered. I don't know if that's just me.
I was going to say the same thing, yeah, like this one was left behind.
Like, obviously the shots with the ships and stuff is CGI, but, like, the actual footage looks very old. But it kind of works, I guess, for the vibe with this abandoned Enterprise ship.
What could have happened to him and the over 400 men and women who were on this ship?
This is a nice, creative way to not have to build a new set. Just get to use the same set, just turn off the lights.
I have their surgeon's log, Captain.
Does that mean Bones has his own log? He didn't just do it that one episode when Jim was gone?
He had a video log.
You're dead, men. Don't go back to your own ship. Get down there fast. Captain Tracy is...
Of course.
Prepare to beam down to the planet's surface, fast.
Oh, and that's supposed to be him?
How often in this 5-year journey does the Enterprise do what it's actually supposed to be doing? In terms of all these side shenanigans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of like
It's
observing.
like how much is what they're supposed to be doing, and how much is like there's always a problem. Like how much is when is the problem ever planned? If that makes any sense. Whoa!
This dude about to get decapitated? Oh, what a great shot here of them just walking in.
The axe away, Li Yang.
Oh.
That's Ron Tracy. Lock up the savages.
They carry fireboxes.
Okay, show, prove me wrong. Show me that this guy's not an asshole.
Interesting that the villagers know about phasers.
Oh, Spock's pissed at him.
My landing party transported back to the ship. I stayed down here to arrange for the planet survey with the village elders. The landing party had taken an unknown disease back. My crew, Jim. My entire crew gone. I'm just as infected as they were, as you are. You'll stay alive only as long as you stay here. None of us will ever leave this planet.
Oh, boy.
The amount of times we've heard that, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
The infection resembles one developed by Earth during their bacteriological warfare experiments in the 1990s. Hard to believe we were once foolish enough to play around with that.
The Yang Lance, Doctor.
Damn it!
They just randomly attacked him?
Laura.
Bruised only.
Whoa, blood on the shirt there.
Yeah.
A smaller attack on this village a week ago, driven off by Captain Tracy with his phaser. If you do not act, you will be considered equally guilty. Now, why destroy what's left of the man by arresting him?
I agree that formal charges have little meaning now.
However, you must at least confiscate his phaser.
Starfleet should be made aware.
I heard everything.
Right against the door as soon as he heard Starfleet. Nope.
Oh, what the hell? No! Well, full-on villain.
Sir, this is Lieutenant Sulu in temporary command of the Enterprise. Our whole medical staff will volunteer to beam down.
Sulu ranks ahead of Scotty?
Perhaps the others.
Their next word, kill him.
Oh!
Ooh.
Repeat your message. Come in, landing party. Repeat your message.
Scotty must have been not available. That's like how he took the risks just to warn him.
Yeah.
Drop toe hold! Oh, damn it. Is all you do is wait behind doors, dude?
Yeah. He heard the drop toe hold from outside.
I know that move.
Regulation 7, paragraph 4. I must now consider myself under arrest. Those were the first words duty required you to say to me, and you said them. Now, suppose we go on to the next subject, which is...
Why was that in slow motion?
Yeah, it was a weird shot.
No native to this planet has ever had any trace of any kind of disease. Wu is 462 years old. Virtual immortality, or as much as any man will ever want.
It's a very interesting proposition. Let me think it over.
Oh, he didn't have to think for long.
Oh, no!
Yeah, it's interesting seeing him fight another captain.
Yeah, using the same, karate chop methods.
Oh, man, look at him smiling.
It's like, I know what you're gonna do. I've been doing this longer. And doesn't Tracy still have to figure out how to, not die when he leaves the planet?
He was, yeah, I think that's what he was saying. Like, the Dr. McCoy would, figure it out before they left. This isn't adding to the episode at all. You know what I mean? Like, this is clearly here to just pad the time a little bit.
Yes! Love that move.
Oh, got her.
We're gonna do Roddy Piper? That was not a weird snap zoom.
You can't teach me that.
I have tried, Captain.
Nice callback.
This episode's weird, man.
That was probably one of the worst scenes in the whole show. Is he gonna try to get him to bend the bars? There we go.
Mark, we'll have you out in a minute.
Oh, all right, that got me. I was not expecting that.
As a joke, I was thinking, what if he just hit him? And he actually did.
Now he's gonna get out. Even though, I mean, once Kirk wakes up, he could also escape.
How long? 7 hours and 8 minutes, Captain.
He's probably got to piss real bad.
I'll have you out in a minute.
Okay. I thought they were going to do something dumb. Like try to reach for it, even though you can clearly get up and go around.
Completely forget about the window. Oh!
Oh, we didn't even need to see it. Okay, good.
No, didn't even do it.
Save some time there.
These immunizing agents take time, and that's the real tragedy. Had the Exeter landing party stayed here just a few hours longer, they never would have died.
Then we can leave anytime we want to.
Well, that's convenient.
Lengthen lives? Poppycock. I can do more for you if you just eat right and exercise regularly.
What?
No message.
Damn it!
Was he beat up at some point?
The savage in the cell with you. Did you set him free?
Oh,
Okay,
the
so
savage,
the savage
guy.
that broke
Okay.
out. Okay.
You've isolated the serum.
There's no serum! There are no miracles! There's no immortality here! All this is for nothing!
People live longer here now because it's natural for them to.
Common Bones W, by the way.
Need to solve the whole thing. Just need a little time, that's all. So they say there's no fountain of youth, but those people are still super old, but
He's basically saying that they just evolved that way.
that species evolved that way,
Yeah.
but not...
Because of the environment and everything and the way they evolved, and it's not going to affect the humans, basically.
I'd like 10 phasers beamed down with 3 extra power packs, please.
Captain, this is Sulu. We read you, but surely you know that can't be done without verification.
Not even if we're in danger, Mr. Sulu?
Captain, we have volunteers standing by to beam down. What is your situation?
The situation is not immediately dangerous. Have the volunteers stand by, Kirk out.
You have a well-trained bridge crew, Captain. My compliments.
Oh, round 2.
Woo! Dive roll. The lighting is so good in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Despite all the weirdness, the lighting is fantastic. And the set, too. We haven't even talked about that.
Is that sheep in the background?
Oh, bring the baskets down on them. Yes. Pull it down. Oh! Death by baskets.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the savage wasn't that savage. He sent his men to go help him out.
If my ancestors were forced out of their cities, living like Indians, finally even looking like the American Indian. Yanks? Spock? Yankees.
Communists.
What?
Would mean they fought the war your Earth avoided. And in this case, the Asiatics won and took over this planet.
Oh, no.
What? Snap zoom. It's American flag. Did it say and the home of the...
Yeah. Yeah.
Stand up.
To Pip, like for the stand.
Unto the republic for which it stands.
What? They're all like, what?
Would a man know your holy words? Could a man use them to trick you?
See his servant, his face, his eyes, his ears.
Do the Yang legends describe the servant of the evil one?
No.
I mean, I don't know what this guy's end game is at this point. To just get them killed?
I plenista norco forcam perfectunum.
I'm so lost on this episode, I'm not gonna lie.
Kill his servant unless he speaks.
Do you remember like when like Kirk like voluntarily had his mind affected by that machine? But the first old guy they picked up was like, you know, on the table. I think it's that guy.
The fight is done when one is dead.
Oh man, so they're just fighting with one hand tied together? That's actually pretty cool. You know, this is kind of like the rubber match of their two. They had the two fights earlier. Oh, nice.
Kirk, there's a gorgeous woman you can't lose.
Oh, that looks very painful. Oh!
Speech.
Who's this? Oh, Sulu.
Instead of beaming him up, they brought him down? Well, they have to wait there a bit now.
Yeah.
Among my people, we carry many such words as this from many lands. We the people. Id plebnista was not written for the chiefs or the kings or the warriors or the rich or the powerful, but for all the people.
Did they read it backwards?
These words,
I don't know.
and the words that follow, were not written only for the Yangs. They must apply to everyone.
Because they have the American flag, but they're acting like communists, while the Yangs...
No, these guys are the Yangs. It's...
I thought they were the comms.
Nope. That's what I thought at first, too. Kirk once again saves the society with a speech.
Fighting is over here. I suggest we leave them to discover their history and their liberty.
All right, well, I'll start with the positives. I think that the lighting, as well as generally all of like the direction and visual aspects of the episode were good. The sets were good. I think we've seen this set before, but the continuity and the stuff, the little details like the blood on their clothing, the dirt, the bruises. Spock gets green blood on his face at one point. Just a lot of good little details like that. They used snap zooms, which we haven't really seen any type of camera work like that before on Star Trek. That was interesting. And then there was also some really cool shots, like Kirk when his hands are tied behind his back at the table, where he's getting pulled at the end and his like feet are in the trapped in the chair or whatever that's holding him still. Just a lot of really interesting, unique shots that I enjoyed. And then any of the scenes where Kirk is fighting Captain Tracy, I liked. I think they fought like 2 times hand to hand, and then at the end fighting to try to get that dagger. I enjoyed all of those. Outside of that, I didn't really care for this episode at all. It definitely felt like one of the ones where the story was like a 25 minute story and was stretched into a full episode. So there was just a whole bunch of scenes that didn't really add much to the story and were just there to pad the runtime. And because of that, I did feel pretty bored throughout the episode. And then the story itself, I just got completely lost. Probably my mistake. But I typically I just thought that the Yangs would be the Asian people, but it wasn't. It was the more Neanderthal people, so that confused me, because by the time I figured that out, because I was like, why would they be the Yankees and then these Neanderthal people be the communists if they're supposed to be American? So once I realized that, it made a little bit more sense. But yeah, still, this story doesn't make any sense in my eyes. It's way too far of a stretch, and if you don't buy into the story, it's hard to really buy into the episode. So
yeah, I don't think I have anything else to add to that. I thought like the whole gimmick they were going for, everything was backwards, because the way they said "we the people," it sounded like they were saying it backwards almost. But because I thought like the Yangs were the Yankees and the comms were the communists, I thought they got it all back. But apparently it was the other way. So I'm like, oh, okay, then that's kind of lame, I guess. Just like a misunderstanding, and the whole thing about leaving or return the crystals. Like nothing cool ever happened with that. It's like, oh, we just have to be down here for a certain length of time. I mean, sure, Bones got to figure something out, but like nothing. I don't think anything special came out of that. Especially since like 3 crew members came down at the end anyway.
Yeah.
So like, what happened? Okay, we have to wait here for X amount of minutes, hours. I didn't care for the performance of the Tracy character. I liked him in his episode where he played a different character, Dagger of the Mind. I thought he was good there, but here it just felt a little too goofy and animated, a little too much, and it just adds to that whole no one is. If you're not on Enterprise NCC 1701, you're an idiot. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he did, so you were correct, you called that out. He did play Dr. Simon Van Gelder in Dagger of the Mind, an episode also, I believe, directed by this director. I'll double-check that, but I thought at first in this one, when I realized it was the same guy, I was like, oh, well, at least, he got to come back and play kind of a different role, because when he was Dr. Van Gelder, he was just insane, like the whole episode, So I was like, at least he gets to play like a real character. But then towards the end, he kind of falls back into that same character trope of just being this insane guy. So I was like, oh, so it's just the same character.
Yeah, things can be inspired by earthly events. I mean, everything's based off of something, but when you directly involve actual Earth things, it kind of sucks. The Nazi episode, there's things I liked, but looking back, I'm like, it was kind of cheap. And this with the whole communist versus, Yank type thing, it's like, teach in different ways, not just directly show, hey, this is bad.
I like things, especially if you're trying to be metaphorical, to be subtle about it, or even better when things can like have its completely own story that you can enjoy even without recognizing the metaphor. But then once you see the metaphor, it's like, oh, it's even better. So when stuff kind of hits you over the head with like, this is what it is, it's like, okay, like chill,
Fittingly enough, it's going to be in the same area that Dagger of the Mind was on my season 1 review. It's like, because it has the same actor, just kind of like there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like, well, that was an episode.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Very forgettable. And I wanted to say also, the story that they set up at first was much more interesting than what they ended up doing. I mean, even though it was a good moment for Bones and I liked his delivery and everything, once he figures out, like, oh, we're actually fine, this virus doesn't really matter, that whole story in the first half of the episode just gets wiped away. So it's like, okay, so his whole enterprise just died. Whatever, we're moving on to this guy's evil and this U.S. parallel with communists, right? So it just like kind of wiped away the whole first half of the episode that I was somewhat enjoying. Could have been like a passable, decent episode, and then just kind of devolved into something I had no interest in.
But when it went silent for those few minutes, that was interesting. When it was just completely on the other Enterprise, I guess that's a positive. It's like just reusing the same set, just turn off some lights, and it was kind of convincing. I mean, you can tell it's just literally the same set, but it's like they made it work, I guess. It's like using less to do more. Like, I don't know. And the fact that it was completely silent, no beeping, no nothing. That's all you get. That's all you get.
Yeah, and I think we also probably should acknowledge, it's like at this point we've seen over 50 episodes of the show. We've seen the really good episodes. I'm not saying there's not more, but I just mean we've seen really good episodes of this show, so we're going to be a little bit tougher when it doesn't reach that standard. And I think sometimes, when people come to our channel, let's say this video just ends up being the one that they find our channel through, and they're like, oh, these guys are really tough on this show, but it's like we're not tough on it as opposed to shows today. It's like we're being tough on it compared to great episodes we've already seen of this show. If this had been one of the first 5 episodes of the show, we might not have this higher standard. But it's like after so many of the great ones we've seen, it's harder to give something like this a pass, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right. This is a discussion, you know what I mean? It's not just, like a closed panel where it's like, we read the comments, we interact, we want to discuss this media because, it's like these people in these shows are dying, it's like we're keeping this alive in some sort of way and like showing this to like the new people. Like we're new people, and I feel like this is helping us. We're helping other people find it and like rejuvenating like an old passion in some other people. Like, I don't know, it's like it's like this whole like media thing is so fascinating to me. And it's like, and there's like everything that's new today is based off of something old for the most part. And I feel like, and we've discovered that watching the show, it's like, oh, that was taken from this, or like, oh, so and so bothered this. And to us watching the original, what we saw it from, we thought it was original, but really it's like, what's old is new, man. It's weird, but yeah, just saying everything's great, just, I don't know, it doesn't serve the purpose of having a discussion reaction type channel. Like, it'd be boring.
For sure. All right, well, that's our thoughts on the Omega Glory. Let us know, is this one of your favorite episodes and you disagree? Or are you right there with us and this isn't one you enjoy? Let us know if there's anything we missed or didn't pick up on. Comment that as well. And if it's your first time here, make sure to subscribe, become part of the target audience. And if you ever want to see our full uncut reactions and discussions to all the Star Trek episodes as well as everything else we do here on the channel, you can check out our Patreon. The link to that is in the description.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching along with us. I'm Alex. This is Josh. We are the target audience. Content's made for absolutely everybody, but we think it's specifically made for us and hopefully for you as well. Thanks again. See you next time.